If someone truly wanted to become a millionaire in 2025, the first and most crucial step would be something very few ever consider: viewing this year as their final major opportunity. While that may sound dramatic, it reflects a deeper truth. Time never returns. The time available today is the most valuable resource a person has, yet it is also the most frequently wasted. While the majority wait endlessly for a better moment, the determined would make a firm decision now. They would choose to make 2025 the year of transformation, a year where financial, mental, and emotional control is seized. This has nothing to do with lotteries or shortcuts. It is about internal alignment and mindset. Before success manifests outwardly, it must first be born within. Too much time has already been lost waiting for ideal circumstances and making plans that never left the page. This time, things would be different. The journey would begin with a simple, brutally honest question: where should one be by the end of this year? And what are they willing to sacrifice to reach that destination? Becoming a millionaire demands a shift from simply trying to improve one's life to acting with the precision, ambition, and discipline of someone who understands the value of each minute. That change starts with rejecting a common life. The first true step toward building a millionaire's future would be to refuse mediocrity, to say no to the so-called normal life, because one cannot expect extraordinary results while continuing to live like everyone else. Most people work to pay bills, live paycheck to paycheck, consume more than they produce, and still believe they are on the right path. But living on autopilot is the slowest path to a silent death. A true shift begins with a decision to say no. No to the former version of oneself, no to excuses, no to distractions masked as pleasure, and no to the comfort zone that breeds stagnation. In life, there is always a cost, either the price of discipline now or the price of regret later. Discipline must be the choice. It is uncomfortable to admit that past failures were self-imposed, that time was lost to distractions and unfulfilled promises. But that honesty is freeing, because if the individual was the one who accepted that life, they also have the power to change it. Change begins when the idea of conforming to what society calls normal is abandoned. While the world pressures people to conform, the successful dare to do the opposite. To create a millionaire life, the first decision must be to stop fitting in and start standing out. That single decision can change everything. To build lasting wealth, there is no secret formula. Only a clear plan based on mastering three core assets: skill, capital, and leverage. These are the foundation of true wealth, available to anyone willing to pursue them with focus and determination. Skill is the first asset. The reason some individuals earn far more than others is because they possess skills the market values. It could be sales, programming, content creation, negotiation, investment, or leadership. The key is to have a talent that creates real value. But it is not enough to possess a skill. Excellence is essential. That requires daily learning and deliberate practice. Even 30 minutes a day can create a competitive advantage that no one can take away. This skill becomes the foundation of a stable income stream. Capital is the second asset. Contrary to popular belief, building capital doesn't require a fortune to start. Capital is what one accumulates through intelligent decisions. It starts with treating money as a rare seed, saving consistently and investing wisely. Every dollar saved should be deployed with the intention of growth. That means cutting unnecessary expenses and avoiding consumer traps. Saving is not just about cutting back, but understanding where money will serve best, whether in education, the stock market, real estate, or personal ventures. The most important rule: never leave money idle, because idle money loses value. The third and most powerful asset is leverage. If skill is the tool and capital is the fuel, leverage is the engine that multiplies results. Leverage involves using external resources to increase impact. This could be other people's money, time, or technology. It includes building systems that work independently, creating platforms that scale, and forming teams that expand one's reach. The common mistake is trading time for money. But those on the path to millions think like entrepreneurs. They create systems that generate income without increasing workload. Mastering these three forces, skill, capital, and leverage, makes someone virtually unstoppable. Their combined power is what transforms the ordinary into the extraordinary. However, building wealth is not only about knowing what to do, it's about overcoming the internal forces that sabotage progress. The greatest enemy isn't a lack of money, the economy, or taxes. The real enemy lives inside. Self-sabotage. That silent voice that whispers failure, the instinct to delay, the fear of judgment. These internal barriers hold back countless individuals. To succeed, one must fight this silent war daily. Every moment spent in comfort over progress, every hour lost to digital distraction, feeds that enemy. And the worst part, it all feels normal, harmless, but it drains potential. The environment is another factor. Surroundings either fuel growth or feed stagnation. Success requires limiting contact with negative influences, avoiding advice from the unsuccessful, and immersing oneself in empowering content and environments. Winning this inner war demands clarity, repetition, and bravery. Once the internal enemy is recognized and starved, a major victory is already won. Discipline is what turns any man into an unstoppable force. Motivation is fleeting. Discipline remains. Discipline is doing what matters even when one doesn't feel like it. Saying no to distractions, yes to priorities. It means setting a consistent daily routine that prioritizes growth, execution, and reflection. Progress is measured, not perfection. If mistakes happen, recovery is immediate. Discipline is not a gift. It is a muscle, and it strengthens with daily use. Simple commitments like reading, studying, creating, and honoring personal goals lead to long-term power. When a person can trust their own word, they become truly unshakable. There is always a defining moment, the day everything changes. It might come through pain, loss, or a single decision on an ordinary day. For many, that day marks the birth of transformation. It is not when money is made, but when the realization hits that no one is coming to save them, that they must save themselves. That moment becomes the beginning of the journey from zero to self-made wealth. Even those who began with nothing have transformed their lives. Howard Schultz, for example, rose from poverty to build Starbucks. Robert Kiyosaki endured setbacks before reshaping his mindset and teaching financial literacy to millions. Their turning points were decisions: to take control, to never go back. The path is clear. First, remove distractions. Step away from social media, negative voices, and wasted time. Replace them with silence, books, and written goals. Second, select one high-value skill and master it, whether it's copywriting, editing, sales, or marketing. Study deeply, practice relentlessly, and offer value, even for free at first. Third, build an offer, a service, product, consultancy, or channel that turns skill into income. Those who sell thrive. Fourth, treat money with respect. Save for growth, reinvest in development, and eliminate every expense that hinders freedom. Fifth, commit to daily action. Write, sell, learn, train. Progress may be slow, but each step compounds. 6 months of absolute focus can leapfrog 5 years of stagnation. This path isn't about perfection, it's about purpose and persistence. One full year of discipline can transform a life beyond recognition. The first million is not merely a financial target. It is the result of becoming someone new, focused, driven, and unshakable. There is a full year ahead. It can be used to repeat the past or to build a legacy that future generations will honor. The choice is in every moment. For those ready to walk the path, now is the time to begin. Thanks for watching InvestingFlix, where smart money learns smarter moves. Subscribe for more insights that grow your wealth.